Palestinian and Israeli authorities ought to racism Is Stank Coochie Energy vintage shirt. Coordinate within the financing, buy and distribution of secure and efficient COVID-19 vaccines, it stated. Accumulation of distribution days is usually a signal of market-high racism Is Stank. His choices are restricted because the people themselves have created a Frankenstein. The conclusion has now dawned that the people funded WIV with tens of millions of dollars, which have now boomeranged on America, and nearly 60,000 people have died. Greater than that died within the racism Is Stank Coochie Energy vintage shirt Vietnam struggle. Notably, the UK, US, Japan, Canada, and European Union have all reserved vaccine doses throughout 3 or extra completely different platforms. The economies of the West European powers like Spain and Italy are shattered. It does sound like one other pawn, whether or not deliberate or unintentional, in China's striving to be the world superpower. However, would by no means shock me that it was one other, secretly US-funded and supported enterprise that went flawed. Now that almost 60% of Israel's roughly 9 million residents have gotten a minimum of 1 shot of a COVID-19 vaccine. Racism Is Stank Coochie Energy vintage shirt. Ladies tee, V-neck, sweater and hoodie. Sweater, ladies tee, hoodie, V-neck. The New Jersey-sized center Japanese nation is providing the remainder. Racism Is Stank Coochie Energy vintage shirt of the world, an enviable glimpse of a future the place most individuals are inoculated in opposition to the coronavirus. There may be little doubt that after the virus broke out, the Chinese language didn't share the data with the world or the US. In keeping with the doc revealed on the official website of WHO entitled Draft Panorama of COVID-19 Candidate Vaccines, there are 8 vaccines within the medical. Take a look at the stage and 100 preclinical staged candidates, which absolutely reveal the warmth of COVID-19 vaccine growth, together with 1 adenovirus vector vaccine and 3 inactivated vaccines from China. Moderna's mRNA vaccine, Pfizer's mRNA vaccine, Inovio's DNA vector vaccine from the USA, and 1 adenovirus vector vaccine from Oxford College. Thanks, Leslie. Clearly, there may be much more that we all know what's underneath the carpet. The highest echelons of the federal government are hiding lots. With virus circumstances and deaths on an excessive plateau, it's too quickly to reopen eating places, bars, tradition, and sports activities venues. In keeping with French authorities spokesman Gabriel Attal, sure, a really possible risk that the racism Is Stank Coochie Energy vintage shirt virus escaped. America is also desperately attempting to come back to grips with this virus and its aftermath with nearly 25 million unemployed. I hope the reality will come out for the nice of man. An 84-year-old man grew to become the primary affected person to obtain the coronavirus vaccine in Cyprus. For the sake of comparability, the primary chart above presents each Israeli and world deaths as a proportion of the height value. That's known as normalizing the data, so they are often simply in contrast. The confirmed efficacy of the Pfizer vaccine relies on randomized managed trial knowledge. Other products